Hey, how's it going, everyone? Husky Storms Media here. Back to do another live stream. I'm not able to do my usual live stream, y'all, because IRL Pro, which is the software I use on my phone to send my footage back to my computer so I can use all the overlays, kind of like how Brandon Kopic has his live view. It just wasn't working. It would not connect no matter what I did. And it wasn't my computer because my other phone that doesn't have cell data was able to connect just fine. So, not sure exactly what was causing that. But nevertheless, we are live on here. We just don't have any overlays, and unfortunately, that means I can't show you radar. And I'm also not affiliated with a radar service like all those other chasers are, so I don't even get money from promoting any of the radar services. Anyway, beyond the extremely shaky camera, check out that storm structure, y'all. We have some beautiful structure associated with this storm. We have cells pushing to our north and east across the Delaware River, and that is what we are set here, staged to look at. Every once in a while, you'll see some flashes over there to my west, to my northwest. So we will keep an eye on these storms. Once they start getting closer, we're going to be in chase mode, y'all. I got my tripod with me. I got a weather radio. I got power banks. We are good to go. Chase mode is definitely activated. Now, once the baseball games end over there at the park, we're going to move closer so we can have some shelter from the storms, like we usually try to do. I know I'm not going to have a lot of viewers tonight because I know Corey is live right now. But that is okay, because we all start somewhere, and quite frankly, I know for a fact Corey's live is better than mine. If I wasn't streaming, I'd be watching his right now too. Especially considering how close proximity he is to me. Ignore notification noises. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings. I get notifications within a 100-mile radius. By choice, mind you. Through several apps. So, bear with that. I'm going to try to move forward here without having it look like we are in a movie earthquake. I don't think that's successful at the moment, but hopefully we can do it. If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in chat, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I am a Skywarn trained weather spotter. I am also on Spotter Network as William Field. My real-time location is always being shared on Spotter Network, which means you can view me on Radar Omega, Radar Scope, or any other app or program that shows you Spotter Network locations. That does not mean stalk me. Please do not stalk me. That would not be very fun. But I'm not one of those people who is afraid to call the police. If you are stalking me, you will have the police called on you. I've done it once. I will do it again. Thank you for commenting my channel. Why does this road have to be so bumpy, you're wondering? I'm wondering the same thing. So I'm just going to hold the phone so it can't move. That seems like a good idea to me. That is a lot better than this, if I do say so myself. Looks like they might still have a game going on. Yeah, they still have a game going on. That's unfortunate. I swear, every time there's a thunderstorm, they're always out here playing baseball. And then I'm always over here sitting and complaining about why the hell they have kids out here when there's severe thunderstorms. And I'll say it again. Do none of the coaches check the weather? Ever. I mean, I guess at least today there's no tornado risk, but it doesn't really make it that much better. Strong wind or damaging winds and small hail can still, mess up your day. I wouldn't let my kid come to a game if it was like this. I mean, granted, I'm a storm chaser; it's a little bit different. I might, but I would also know when to get the hell out of there so my kid isn't in danger. I'm willing to bet half of these parents would not know the difference between a average rainfall or a severe thunderstorm they should be concerned about, unless they have a weatherman to tell them. Not hating on the parents, but just speaking real here. Hopefully y'all can see that beautiful lightning over there. I'm gonna see if I can't set up a tripod here for y'all. Woo! Oh man, I gotta turn the camera. Hold up. Hope y'all can see some of that. There's some beautiful lightning over there. There's very little obstructions that way, so that lightning could be, 30 plus miles away, realistically. And honestly, probably is. But it doesn't make it any less cool. Now, I don't really have the time or patience to level the tripod right now, but I will at the very least raise it. I'll make y'all put up with me raising it. There we go. That's about as high as it will go. I'm not extending the legs any farther. Now I got live stream. There we go. Okay, unplug the phone. Make sure I'm not clamping down the power button. I am not. Alright. There we go. Now I'll figure out why the hell this looks all blurry. That made it worse. 1 second, y'all. I gotta clean y'all off. Hopefully that made it better. Yeah, that made it better. Those halos are because of the smoke and fog out here, not because of blurriness on the camera. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Now we're talking. I want to invest in a really nice camera so I can bring them out here like this and take like awesome photos. I want it to be a Wi-Fi enabled camera though, so it's like connect to the Wi-Fi and then like Bluetooth or transfer all my photos onto my computer. Well, I guess while we're sitting here just watching lightning, I'll get off my bike and I'll show you all the new stuff here. Some of the new stuff on the bike. So let's me flip around the camera real quick. How's it going, y'all? So, can I think I can? No, I cannot. So, you might not be able to see it, but I added this box to the bike now, and what this is this is an enclosure and a housing for the weather radio. There's a speaker in there to amplify the weather radio, and then there's also soon to be able to see that tripod on there. I'm gonna mount one of those handheld weather stations. You know, it has the barometer built into it, it has an anemometer, all of that stuff. I want to have that on there, so that way when I'm stationary like this, I can have a mobile, fairly accurate sensors with me. and I can give proper reports on wind speed and things like that. If I'm not moving and I get a wind gust report, then I can make a spotter net report, be like, hey, there's a 65-mile-an-hour wind gust, such and such like that. I plan on spray painting it because it kind of looks ugly as a storage container with a green lid. So I'm going to spray paint it, and then I'm also going to get a grommet, so that way the antenna here, you might not be able to see that, but there's an antenna sticking out there, so that way the antenna is more waterproof. And I'm probably going to get some weather stripping to put along the base. It has a couple cracks in it, so it's not 100% watertight, but it's really good enough for what I need. Then I also plan on having a power bank in here that has a standard DC wall outlet plug on it, besides a ground. So that way, if I wanted to bring like a spare laptop out or something like that, and then, connect it via my hotspot, I could do so. So that is the plan for that. Someone's enjoying their sport bike there. Oh, and also I added this light to it. Doesn't show on camera because I guess the refresh rate is too low. But it is blinking way faster than it shows on there. Eventually, I plan on getting one of those Guardian Angel lights, which donations would help a lot for that. I mean, they're only $50, but I'm trying to finish my computer build right now, which is like $1,900 more dollars. You can see the blue glow of the Midland radio in there. But yeah, I plan on getting one of those. Frick, can't forget Guardian Angel device lights that have the bike mounts. I want to get 3 of them. I want to get the white one for the front, red one for the rear, and then a amber and white one to stick on the back of this, just so I have some kind of extra visibility when I'm out here chasing. I'd rather not, get hit by cars. I've come close a couple times. Not something I like. So we'll get back to watching the lightning here. It's a shame no one's watching. It's a beautiful night. We're having a beautiful chat here. But I get it. Like I said earlier, Corey Gherkin is streaming over on YouTube. Or over on his YouTube channel, I should say. So his channel's a little more exciting than mine. I will say the wind is picking up at the park. You might be able to see it from here, but the flags on the posts over there are starting to blow a bit quicker. And there's a like a tarp fence cover underneath one of the scoreboards that are starting to flap in the wind. And that thing's, fairly heavy when it comes to materials to be flapping in the wind. So gusts is definitely starting to come in. I'd imagine the gust front is going to hit us soon enough. When it was in Philadelphia, or in Pennsylvania, rather, there was a spotted report of a large maple tree that came down that ripped telecommunication lines with it. And there was something else they added to the report too. I can't recall at the moment. But so there is damage associated with this storm. There was also many MPing reports of just general tree damage, 3-inch limbs, furniture blowing around, things of that nature. I'm going to see if I can't split screen this without closing the stream. Give me a second, y'all. Bear with me. Split. Well, it didn't. There we go. There we go. It reconnected there. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's turn the camera back around. There we go. I just wanted to be able to have the radar up on at least my screen, so I have an understanding of what's happening around me. Plus, I'll be able to submit reports then, which I wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't have radar open. So I'm gonna get this back mounted on the tripod here. Hey Julie, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. We are just out here doing some lightning watching, waiting for some gusty thunderstorms to come through. Thank you all so much for liking and subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. If anyone wants to replay the stream, you'll see I just showed off some new equipment, or some new-ish equipment on the bike. It's not necessarily new equipment. I mean, the Weber radio is kind of new, but this isn't a permanent solution. It's just my overweight radio. The batteries died. It takes D batteries. I didn't feel like spending money on D batteries. Hey, Corey ended the stream. That's awesome. I was literally just talking about Corey. I was like, I don't imagine many people coming to the stream, because I know Corey's stream is a lot more exciting than mine. And that's not me downplaying myself. That is literally the truth. If I wasn't streaming right now, I would be watching Corey myself. Especially considering how close he is to my area, and Brandon not being live. He's enjoying time with family. Sorry, I missed whoever just spoke in chat there. I apologize about that. But welcome. Why is the camera not focusing anymore? What are you doing, camera? Hello? Hey, what if I focus in on that? Will it darken everything? What is the camera doing? There we go, that's a little better. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Again, I'm sorry that it's not the usual... It's not the usual overlays and things like that. Sorry, my brain's out of it. For some reason, talking isn't working. Probably because I'm hot. Yeah, so the usual overlays just didn't work tonight. So we're just have to do it off my phone, which means I can't show y'all radar. You can't look at the Storm Prediction Center outlooks. I apologize. There's not much I can do about it. It just wasn't working. I'm going to have to reset it all up, which is annoying. That's like the 16th time I've had to reset it up, but it's not a perfect system by any means. I don't have the money to have a perfect system, or a close to perfect system. If anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in chat, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. For those of you who are new, I am a Skywarn trained storm spotter. And I am also on Spotter Network. You can find me there, William Field on Spotter Network. My location is constantly being streamed on Spotter Network, so if you ever want to know where I am, you can check there. On any app that allows you to view stuff like that. So from what I've seen on Spotter Network and looking on radar, is this storm has large hail associated with it, damaging wind gusts, and lots of lightning, as we just saw there on camera. So it's honestly annoying that they're having a baseball game right now. I say this every time I'm live here, because it just so happens every time I'm live here, they're having a freaking baseball game, because none of the coaches know how to check the weather, apparently. Like, the last time I was here, there was a, 5% tornado risk, which is fairly high for the region. And, they were out here having a baseball game. And then they got, quote-unquote, called off guard by 70-mile-an-hour gusts. And they were all running back to their cars. And I was literally sitting there laughing at them. Because I'm like, I tried to tell you, and you also should learn how to check the weather. I felt bad for the kids, though. Can't blame them for their parents' ignorance. Although some of them are probably old enough to be able to say, hey, I think it's going to rain. But, you know, who am I? What do I know? I'm just a storm spotter. 'Tis but a wee storm spotter. Man, speaking of spotters, there is a lot of spotters online tonight. Holy hell. Looking at the, map here, I have only ever seen so many spotters on, like a couple times before. While I got people here, though, I do want to talk about Hurricane Lee. So, there's only a very few model tracks that have the storm coming anywhere close to where I live. However, we're still over a week out from any landfall that could possibly occur. Even if it did happen to go towards Florida, we still have over a week for development. Now, it is already a Category 2 hurricane, last I checked. It could be more by now. It is expected to go at least Category 4, although I have seen more models trending towards Category 5, even high-end Category 5 storm. I mean, it has a clear slot down there in the Atlantic for the perfect conditions to develop the development. There's no wind shear, there's no storms competing with it, there are very few storms competing with it, and it just has perfect warm environment to rapidly develop into a major hurricane. Personally, not many models agree with me. I personally believe that it's going to make landfall, if it does, somewhere between South Carolina and New York State. I think that's my opinion on it. I could be wrong. It's something with my gut and just looking at the models and all of the conditions just tells me it's going to come either very close to making landfall or make landfall in that region. If that does happen, if I am working, I am taking off work. And if I'm not working, then I will be chasing. Hopefully, I can find somebody who is crazy enough to actually take me chasing, and then that will be the second ever in a vehicle live storm chase on this channel. And if I can't find somebody to chase with me, then you guys know where I'll be. I'll be on my bike, and we'll be out here chasing. I'll be in a leather poncho, trying not to get hit by debris. But, we will keep updates on Lee. If you guys follow me on Facebook, I don't know if I have that linked anywhere except maybe the Discord server. But if you guys follow my Facebook page, Husky Storms Media, you will see I post updates on there semi-often, especially when there's big events like this. Sometimes there's also exclusive lives on there. Like I do a lot of sunset lives on there, or just if I need to set something up really quickly, I'll go live over there on Facebook. And also, if you turn all notifications for this channel, I do post on the community tab quite often. So I will update you guys on Lee as best I can, the best knowledge I can provide without overstepping my my knowledge. And again, what I said about where I think it's going to make landfall, that is just my opinion. That is only an opinion, that is not guidance. Always use local guidance, always use the National Hurricane Center, local news stations. That's who you should use the information to rely on. What I said is just an opinion. It is not advice or things like that. No, I will definitely, if it doesn't make landfall in Jersey and Brandon Kopic isn't streaming, then I will 100% go live like I did before earlier this year in the summer. I will be at my desk and we will be tracking the storm to the best of my ability. Again, I am not an expert, but I do have eyes and I have a fair bit of knowledge on hurricanes, especially since when I took my Skywarn training, hurricanes and tropical storm is what they focused on for us because I'm in New Jersey. That's what we face more often than tornadoes. They did cover tornadoes, but we focused a lot more on tropical stuff. So that is kind of my area of expertise. That's why my real brand is Hurricane Husky, because I like Huskies, and that's my I love hurricanes. I mean, I don't love the damage they do, but hurricanes to me are some of the most beautiful storms and the most fun to chase because they are predictable. You can't predict a tornado, really. I mean, you kind of can, but realistically, you can't predict a tornado. Hurricanes, you have model guidance. They don't just come out of nowhere. They develop, then they move onto land if they do. Otherwise, they stay out in the ocean and they're fun to look at. I highly doubt that, Julie. I don't know. Brandon's an awesome dude, but I don't think he likes raiding other streamers. And I'm not really set up right now to have a raid anyway. Hey, thank you so much, Storm Chaser Lance. I appreciate that. Appreciate the subscription. Man, this lightning is definitely on an uptick. They were saying on the scanner or the radio a few minutes ago that there is frequent cloud-to-ground lightning occurring. You guys know me. If lightning is on a super uptick and it starts becoming very close, there is a awning right over there. It's maybe an eighth of a mile from where I'm at right now, and I'm on a bike, so that's pretty simple to get to. And it is grounded. It is grounded by 2 pillars, ground connection to the ground. So if need be, I will go to that. Safety is always over. Safety is always over content. You know, people's lives, my life, and everything else always comes over content. And I know you guys understand that. Of course, there will always be trolls who will say, "Why do you stop streaming?" Blah blah blah, whatever. But my safety comes first, and that's just the end of the. That's just the end of it. Nothing else to say about that. Let's see. Can I read chat again? Yeah, I mean, he does do raids for Corey, but again, Corey's more set up for it. I mean, and also Corey goes out with him. You know, all I do is moderate for him. I mean, I know I do a lot. Like, I'm not undermining what I do on his streams, but still, I'm just a mod. I'm a mod and an amateur storm chaser. The problem is if, you know, Brandon doesn't know me all that well, so if he went out of his way, you know, as someone with almost 80,000 subscribers to promote my channel, let's just say by some off chance I said something completely out of pocket or I was giving out false information, then that falls on his image too. So, you know, it's a liability thing too. You got to be careful who you promote, who you shout out. Not saying that I'm a bad person, but you know, me and Brandon don't know each other all that well. I mean, we've hung out in a voice chat a couple times, and I've been moderating for him for over a year. But outside of that, he doesn't know me from anything. So I wouldn't expect him to promote me. I wouldn't be mad about it, obviously. You know, I could use the subscribers. You know, if I could get 1,000 subscribers, I'd be jumping for joy. Can't imagine having almost 80,000. But I can't expect that of someone like him. You know, he has a larger following and he has a reputation to keep. Hey, awesome, Lance. I appreciate being here anyway. Y'all do you. Feel free to hop in and out all you want to. I mean, there's nothing too exciting going on here. We're really just watching the lightning right now. Is that light still working? No, it's not. There we go. Once again, if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in chat. I will answer them to the best of my ability. If y'all can do me a massive favor as well, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out a ton. It'll make sure, hopefully, that YouTube will keep recommending my channel and possibly even other channels like this if you like storm chasing and weather-related content. Then subscribe, and then YouTube algorithm will be like, hey, I gotta show this person more weather stuff. So it's a win-win for everybody. And again, it is free. I am not monetized, so I do not have access to, you know, memberships and all that kind of stuff. You gotta have, I think it's 10,000 subscribers anymore, or something like that, to get monetized, which I don't think I'm ever going to get. I'd be happy, but I don't think I'm ever going to get that far. At least not like this. Maybe when I eventually start, like, actually chasing, you know, once I get a license and a car and all that fun stuff, or hopefully a Tahoe. I really want a Tahoe. Hopefully once I get all that, you know, and I'm actually out there chasing, things will be different, but on a bicycle, I can't expect to get monetized on YouTube. That's a little too high of a goal. I'd be happy if I got 100 subscribers and I kept it. I got really close earlier in the year. I had like 98 subscribers, and then all of a sudden people just unsubscribed. I feel like people might not realize subscriptions are free. Maybe I said something. I don't know. But they all unsubscribed. So we're back down to like 80 something. Definitely not complaining. My old channel took me 5 years to get 30 subscribers. So You know, this channel is only a couple years old and I'm already at 80. I can't complain about that. I appreciate all my fans. I appreciate everyone who watches my streams, subscribed or not. You guys are all a part of it. Everyone helps. And, you know, just you tuning in and me seeing those 2 viewers on the stream keep me motivated to want to keep streaming. I don't care if there's 1 person watching or 100,000 people watching, you know. It still means just as much to me. People are taking time out of their day to watch something I'm producing, and that's awesome to me. It's not like it's family either, because my sister's terrified of storms. My mom's terrified of me chasing storms. My dad would rather be watching football, quite honestly. And my brother-in-law, or my sister's husband, can't watch because then my sister would hear it in the background. So it's not like I have family watching. This is random people. It's awesome. Oh, someone just hit a good one over there. I heard that. Over on the baseball fields. Excuse me. So how's everyone in chat doing tonight? How was Corey's stream for anyone who came over from Corey's stream? Do I still have chat on? I hope I still have chat on. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing well. If you aren't, then hopefully my stream can cheer you up. And if you ever need someone to talk to, you can always join our Discord server and you can message me if you want to. Message me on the server. If you want to DM me, just make sure you ask first. Or if you just want to vent and chat, as long as it's not super inappropriate. I mean, we're here for you. Awesome, that's awesome, Julie. I know he was stuck in traffic for a little bit there. That's Pennsylvania for him. I don't know if he's ever been to PA, or that part of PA, but that's just kind of how it is. That's why I don't go to Pennsylvania all that often. Especially the time of evening he was over there. I mean, he was getting there right around rush hour. I don't know what highway he was on, but if it was one of the expressways or the turnpike, I mean, you get what you get, honestly. There's a lot of small craft advisories. I wonder if that storm that was down in the Delaware waters is coming closer. Give me a second while I check radar here. Why is both of the scans on reflectivity? I want one of my scans on velocity. Is it moving? It doesn't look like it's moving. No, it's moving. It's just moving really slow. Alright, so there is a wind damage report out of Newark, Pennsylvania. Or Newark, is that Pennsylvania? That might be Maryland, actually. It's not Newark, New Jersey. Let's see, that is for lawn furniture or trash cans displaced. So nothing major. Earlier there was some major wind reports. I forget out of where. Somewhere in more like east central Pennsylvania, of trees down, communication lines down, things like that. I think I'm surrounded by storms right now, actually. Because I just saw lightning off to my southwest. So over that way. More or less. Uh-oh. My bike just tried to take out my tripod there. Alright, let me turn this on. Right, so the camera is actually... Okay, let me just make sure this is calibrated. Okay, yeah. So the camera is facing, like, west-northwest. So, like, more west than north. Really, really west. So I'm seeing lightning... We're seeing lightning to the west. I'm seeing some lightning to the north, and I'm also seeing lightning to the southwest. Most of it distant. I'm not hearing any rumbling or anything like that. Besides an airplane. But yeah, right where we're looking, again, I know y'all can't see what I'm saying, so I'm kind of describing it the best I can. We are like 2 miles outside of a severe thunderstorm warning, just to the west. Give or take 2 miles. I mean, it's probably a bit more than that. It looks like 2 miles on radar. Actually, no, that's probably like 10 miles. Yeah, sorry. It's hard to see. The phone, it's small because I have it split screen and all that. So like 10 miles outside of a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds. But so that's the lightning we're seeing straight ahead on the camera. And we're actually seeing the tail end of the storm. Most of the storm is over that way, more northwest. But we really can't see that because of the trees there. It's a little farther away. So we're going to keep the camera focused over there. And hope things come closer. Looks like we might get some rain here. I think the gust front is starting to push towards the area. I would guess within the next 10 to 20 minutes we'll get hit by the gust front. I can kind of see it on velocity. Might even hit sooner than that, but I'm just giving it like a little leeway. Because it very well could get broken up once it hits the Delaware. It's about to make contact with the Delaware River at a pretty narrow spot. But, you know, rivers do a lot to break up storms. As I know, living in Jersey my entire life. There'll be this amazing thunderstorm or this amazing derecho that's just like, you know, beautiful structure right over the river, and then as soon as it passes the river, it just gets broken up into 1,000 pieces and dissipates. It's always so disheartening. I mean, I can't complain. My community isn't getting destroyed. Of course, it never breaks up the supercells. We still get supercells and we get tornadoes, which is ridiculous in New Jersey. What's really ridiculous is that we're in a heat wave and schools are closed because of a heat wave in September. I mean, schools are supposed to be opening this week, but they're having early dismissals and they're closed because of a heat wave. It's like, why the hell is it 98 degrees in September in New Jersey, in a four-season state? That is not okay. I am not okay with that. Send that heat down to Texas or California. Something like that. I don't need that here in Jersey. Alright, y'all. I'm going to see if I can't move up a little farther. I want like a fence to lean up against. You know what I mean? So bear with me here. Things might get a little shaky for a minute or two. I'm going to try to keep the camera straight for y'all. But riding a bike and holding a tripod at the same time is not a necessarily easy task, especially since there's a speed bump right here. So we'll see what we can do. I'm going to try to avoid the speed bump. I was successful. I just need something to lean up against. I'll even take a trash can. Because I think it's what I'm going to end up using right here. Yep. That's what I'm going to use. Use this trash can. Just need something, you know? Oh. I'm going to turn off this light so I'm not blinding the players. I do try to be respectful when I can, even if I don't think they should be out there. I wonder if I point this way if we'll see more lightning. I'm going to give it a shot, y'all. Again, y'all, if y'all can do me a massive favor, be sure to share the stream. with any of your friends, any of your family. Share it with your grandma, share it with your dog, anyone who might be interested in watching a storm chase or watching lightning and having a chat. I know it might not be the most exciting stream on the planet, but at least I'm giving y'all something to watch. And I'm open to conversation. Obviously, I don't shut up, so feel free. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We don't always have boring streams. Sometimes we have really over-the-top streams. There's my coworker pulling out in the road there in his Lincoln. I work at the McDonald's over there. That's what that business is right there. That's a McDonald's. Pretty good McDonald's, I might say, too. I mean, I might be a little biased because I work there, but I'll tell you what, man. We actually kind of take pride in our work. Like, at least second crew does. I mean, night crew, you kind of get what you get, but that's why they're night crew. But man, first and second crew, at least from what I know of first crew, but I work like from noon to like 7 or 8 most of the time, maybe sometimes 10. Man, we mostly take pride in our work. I'll tell you what, we keep that restaurant clean. We've never failed an inspection to my knowledge. And they do random inspections too. They don't tell us when they're coming. We keep that place clean, and we cook some damn good food over there. Plus, like, all of the managers are really nice and really chill. I'm getting paid fairly good. I mean, I'm getting paid minimum wage, but minimum wage is pretty good in my state, so can't complain about that either. And they're super flexible too. Super accommodating. You know, working in a kitchen for someone like me who has autism, it was super overwhelming at first. They originally had me on back cash, which is where you're taking orders, and basically you're running the drive-thru. You're taking orders, you're accepting payments, and things like that. And I just straight up couldn't handle it. I mean, you know, call me weak, call me whatever, I just couldn't do it. It was too much for my brain to take on at once. So I was talking to the general manager. I'm like, hey, listen, like, I don't mean to sound like whatever, but I just can't do this. If y'all can train me on grill, fryer, I'll clean bathrooms, I don't care, but I just can't do this. I'm willing to do anything else. And they're like, okay, we'll train you on fryer. They trained me on fryer. I was pretty damn good at that. Then they trained me on grill. Pretty damn good at that. And then they trained me on a table, which is where you like assemble all the food. So now there's times when we're short-staffed that I'm running half the kitchen by myself. You know, I'll yell for someone to drop quarter pounders for me, so I don't gotta. So that way I don't have to switch out gloves, which is super hard when you have sweaty hands from. That needs some explanation. So there's gloves. There's separate gloves that you use for like dropping meat onto the fryers and grills, and what you use on table. You don't have to switch your gloves every time you're making orders on table, as long as you didn't touch raw meat or you didn't touch like jalapenos or something like that, or you didn't like touch your hair or whatever. As long as you're just touching whatever products are on the table, you're good to keep those gloves on. But if I had to switch and make a quarter pounder, then I gotta wait for my hands to dry because they get sweaty wearing those gloves. So it takes longer. So I just say, hey, if someone drop a quarter for me, they drop a quarter, and it comes up and I make it. Because quarter pounders are one of the few things at McDonald's that is made to order. Like, you order and then we make it. That's why it takes a little longer. Everything else sits in like a cabinet for, you know, a good amount of time until it expires, then we get rid of it. Which is a shame, because it's honestly kind of wasteful, but if it was my restaurant, I'd figure out a way to donate the product, because there's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't meet the quality standard of McDonald's, because, you know, McDonald's has such a high quality to uphold to their customers. You know, they got to keep those Michelin stars, I guess. or whatever. But yeah, if it was my restaurant, I'd try to give it to, food banks and things like that. I mean, Wawa does that. Wawa is a pretty large gas station franchise here on the East Coast. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Florida, I think even New York now. And they donate all of their sizzlies, which are their breakfast sandwiches, to food banks. I know because I've been to the food banks and I got some free frozen sizzlies. Sorry, I was just listening to the radio. We set a record today regionally for high temperature. The old high temperature was 97 degrees, which was set in 1888. And we beat it today by a couple degrees. That is nutty, dude. Absolutely nutty. But yeah, anyway, McDonald's is a great job. I recommend it for anyone who's looking for, it's demanding, but for a pretty nice job that's going to pay you well, and if you're a full-time employee, even give you pretty good benefits, I'd work at McDonald's. McDonald's gets a bad rep. I don't know why. I feel like so many people give it a bad rep just because it's a fast food place. But I seriously recommend it. I definitely wish I would have applied sooner. Maybe I'd have more hours by now. That's the only downside. I can't get any hours. Like, there's like 60 employees or 60 people employed at that store. Which obviously you can't have 60 people on shift all the time. And you need to give people shifts, otherwise, they just lose their employment. If they're not working for a certain amount of time, then you get taken off the payroll. And we're constantly losing people because people are stupid, or whatever the case may be. People do stupid things. Most of the employees are teenagers or people in high school, so you get what you get. But we have a manager who's I think he's a senior this year. He was a junior last year. I was honestly proud of him. I'm like, man, if I was a freaking manager when I was in high school, my parents would have loved me. Now, he doesn't get paid very much more than I do, and he's also forced to take breaks because he's a minor, but Anyway, back to storms and stuff. I don't know why I went on a whole McDonald's rant there. Y'all are probably like, yo, Husky, shut the f up, bro. Why are you ranting about McDonald's? And that, my friends, is what I call ADHD rants. Got that ADHD mixed with autism, mixed with anxiety, and sometimes I just rant. If you're new around here, you've never experienced that before. If you've been here before, like Jolie has, you're probably used to it by now. Doesn't mean you're happy about it, but you're at least used to it. If Haley was here, they'd probably be like, Husky, you're ranting again. And I'd be like, I'm sorry. Ranting makes me tired. I love listening to the crickets sometimes, and the frogs. So, back to weather and stuff like that. What do y'all think about the winter predictions? I've seen the almanac stuff. I don't really trust that, like, a whole lot. I know a lot of people do. I just don't really base anything off that. But I'll tell you what, it was calling for a pretty harsh winter. I think it's possible. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that warm conditions, warm, hot summers can cause worse winters, too. You know, global warming and climate change is a double-edged sword. Yes, it makes things really hot, but it can also make things really cold in the right season with the right conditions. That's one of the biggest arguments I hear people make is like, well, if global warming and climate change is a big deal, then how come we got 70 inches of snow? Well, off the top of my head, I can't explain why it does. I know why it does, but I can't explain it properly off the top of my head, but it is a double-edged sword. It has a double effect. Yes, it causes extremely hot summers, but it can also cause, given the conditions, a very strong winter. I mean, we've seen it. Last year, there was records being broken everywhere with snowfall totals. And then this summer, we've had record-breaking heat everywhere. I mean, for God's sakes, the Guadalupe River in Texas dried up at some spots. The flow completely stopped. And, you know, it's Texas, but, you know, we had multiple wildfires here in New Jersey. That truck was absolutely flying. All right, bud. But yeah, we've had wildfires all over the place. I mean, Canada is still burning. You know, things have been nuts. You know, I don't want to get into a big political argument or whatever, because people turn climate change into politics. When I mean, it is. It's also, but it's also a cultural thing, really. We got to change our culture and the way our society acts in order to really make an impact on our climate and on our planet. I'd imagine most people who are into weather aren't climate change deniers. If you are, you should really reflect a little bit. I'm not going to judge you on your opinions, or your beliefs, but I encourage research. And I don't mean watching videos on Facebook. Facebook is not a credible source, in my opinion. But yeah, just we gotta. You know, I hear it all the time that what is me getting an electric car that still uses lithium batteries, which I agree is not a good solution. Or what is me getting solar panels for my house, or me stop using a wood burning stove, or stop having bonfires. What is that going to do in the grand scheme of things? And if everyone has that attitude, then they're right. There is no point. It's got to be a societal change, not necessarily an individual change. But in order for society to change, each individual has to be willing. And that's the problem. One person can't change everything, but one person needs to also start a trend. We need that butterfly effect to take shape. We need someone to be like, you know what, this is not okay. We need to change this and start a trend in society in order for everyone to be willing to do something, because humans are social species. We don't like separating from the social norm. Even if we truthfully, fully believe in something, 90% of the time they don't like going against societal norms. There are outliers, obviously. Change only happens because someone said, no, this is how it should be. But, you guys get what I'm saying. I don't gotta explain it anymore. I don't gotta rant no more. Something good just happened, though. They just turned off some of the lights over there. You can see it's a little darker now, which means we might get some better lightning shots. We are just on the verge of the gust front. You can actually see the precipitation and the debris on radar. I'd imagine it's just leaves and sticks and things like that, but it is just at the brinks of the Delaware River now, as of the last scan 4 minutes ago. So things could get windy here in a minute or two. I think that's the gust front. It looks like the gust front on radar. It's kind of hard to tell on reflectivity, especially when the screen's this small. That's what it looks like to me. If I was a betting man. We've been live for almost an hour. I've also was live for like 20 minutes on Twitch. So I was trying that out. Wasn't really happy with it. Plus I as much as I want all my channels to be like the same, I want everything to be in one place. I kind of want my Twitch to stick to gaming. Maybe at some point I'll do multi-streams if Twitch ever allows that. I think that's Twitch's only hope of competing with Kick is if they start allowing you to stay monetized while being able to multi-stream to different platforms. Because I think otherwise they have no hope. I think that's what's keeping a lot of people away from Twitch. Personally, that's kind of what keeps me away a little bit. Is like, man, I could multi-stream, but I am affiliate on Twitch, and I can't keep my affiliate status if I'm multi-streaming. So, which basically means streaming to multiple platforms at the same time. I can stream to Twitch and I can stream to YouTube, but just not like at the exact same time. There is still quite a lot of lightning to the north. It's a little more distant so you can't see it, but you can see the cloud base lighting up every once in a while from the reflectivity. Or the reflection, sorry. Oh, look at that, that's cool. You can see the plane there ripping through the clouds. That is really cool. Severe thunderstorm watch number 673 remains in effect until 9 p.m. for the following counties: Diesel, Maryland, Van Hunter, New Jersey, and the following counties: Pennsylvania, Berks, Chester. That is cool. I like that. There is definitely a lightning uptick this direction, so I'm going to point the camera over there. The air is very thick tonight. I don't know if y'all will be able to see it. I might have to zoom in order to show you, but zoom in there. You can see whenever the cars are driving over there, there's a lot of dust being kicked up, and it's not like blowing away either. It's just kind of stagnant over there. So that's definitely something to consider. That the air is just very thick. I'm hoping this gust front does come through, because man, it would be so nice to clear out this thick, like nasty air. Which one are you talking about, Julie? You talking about Twitch or Kick? Kick is semi-new. Twitch has been around years. Very, very long time. But Twitch is like basically almost strictly gaming, unlike YouTube, where YouTube is kind of a bit of everything. I don't even know what Kick really is. All I know is Kick has a very incredible revenue split. They only take 5%. Twitch takes 50%, and YouTube takes 30%. So Kick right now is really strong competition when it comes to streaming, because they have an amazing revenue split. Now, I don't know what their contract entails. I know Twitch is pretty strong with their contract. They're not really strong on enforcing it, but they have pretty strong wording at least. And YouTube is stupid. I know I'm on YouTube right now, and I'm not afraid to say it. YouTube, your monetization is stupid. I shouldn't need 10,000 subscribers to make pennies on ads. especially when you're a billion-dollar company. Just my opinion. If Twitch, a fairly smaller company, can afford to pay me even just a 50-50 split, when I only had 50 followers, then you guys can afford to do the same. But we know how big corporations are. Greedy. Nothing but greed. Yeah, Kick is fairly new. Kick's like maybe a year old at this point. Twitch is what annoys me, because Twitch used to have a similar split to YouTube. It used to be like 30-70, but then it went to 50-50. But at least they're willing. You know, they're willing to start paying you when you only have 50 followers, which is pretty easy to get on Twitch, especially if you have a fan base already on other platforms. Alright, y'all, we are fairly close. I mean, I can't imagine us waiting too much longer. If this is the gust front I'm seeing on radar, I mean, it's pretty broken up at this point, but it's still visible. I can see it. It doesn't look like it's that much farther away. I know I keep saying that, but really, I mean, maybe a mile or two at best. I don't know how quick this storm is moving, if I'm being completely honest, but it can't be moving that much quicker. There is a massive lightning uptick to my south here. I'm going to turn the camera for y'all for a second. I know it looks just pitch black, but there is lightning on the uptick to that direction. Hoping y'all will be able to see some of it. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera a little more just so there's actually something in frame so people can realize this isn't just a black screen. That is the Mullica Hill water tower right there. That's what you're seeing. Of course, now that I turn the camera, there's no lightning. It's always like that. Wish I had a 360 camera. I could just stream in 360 all the time. So that way I'm always capturing everything. That would be cool. That actually would be really cool. I don't know how that would work, but I'm sure you could do it. Ugh. I know you can do 360 videos. I don't know if you can do 360 live streams though, and what software would even support that. I'll definitely have to recharge the batteries on this Weber radio after tonight. This is the one that normally sits in my room. The one that I normally have on my bike takes D batteries and it died. As always, if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to hit me up in chat and I will answer any questions to the best of my ability. I wonder if they're almost done this baseball game, man. They've been going for a while. I know y'all can't see radar, but what do y'all think? You think this gust front's going to be as much as I'm hyping it up to be? Or you think it's going to be a little gust of wind and then it's going to be over with? What's chat's opinion? I'm almost out of water too, so I hope it comes quick. I don't want to have a heat stroke. I don't want to dehydrate. That would not be fun. Ah.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Friday night, south winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves around 2 feet. A chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms.
I told you, man, as soon as I turned the camera, no lightning at all. You can kind of see it flashing. It's just very distant. You can see it reflecting off the clouds.
A chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Saturday night, south winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves around 2 feet until midnight, then 1 foot or less. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Sunday, south winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves around 2 feet or less, then around 2 feet. A chance of thunderstorms. A chance of showers. Monday, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots, becoming west after midnight. Waves around 2 feet.
Right, I know what I'm doing when I'm going home.
North winds around 5 knots,
Eating,
becoming southeast.
taking apart my kitchen because maintenance has got to do work, and then sleeping, watching YouTube.
Thunderstorms. Here is the official National Weather Service forecast for Upper Delaware Bay, issued at 7:09 p.m., Thursday, September 7th. Tonight, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots with gusts up to 20 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 knots after midnight. Waves around 2 feet until midnight, then 1 foot or less.
Well, maybe if I turn the camera back this way,
5 to 10 knots.
we'll see some lightning.
Waves around 2 feet or less.
I don't know, I think the storm might be dying, quite frankly.
Scattered showers and
We'll see in a couple minutes here if the wind even comes. If it doesn't, then we're just gonna end it off. I'll give it till I'll give it 15 more minutes.
A chance of showers.
And then I'm giving up for tonight because I'm out of energy. I'm also out of water.
Then around 2 feet in the afternoon. A chance of showers.
Plus, this stream didn't go how I wanted it to go, so I wanted to have all my overlays and all that, John, but
Waves around 2 feet or less.
unfortunately,
A chance of showers
didn't go that
and
way.
thunderstorms. Sunday, south winds 5
I always
to 10
say it
knots.
wouldn't be a
Waves
Husky
around
Storms
2 feet
Media
or
or
less.
a Hurricane Husky Live if everything went right.
A chance of thunderstorms. Showers likely. Monday, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots, becoming northwest after midnight. Waves around 2 feet or less. A chance of showers in the morning, then a chance of showers and thunderstorms through the night. Tuesday, north winds around 5 knots, becoming south in the afternoon and evening, then becoming southeast after midnight. Waves around 2 feet or less. A chance of showers through the night. Winds and seas higher and near thunderstorms. The following is an excessive heat statement from the National Weather Service for the following counties: Newcastle, Delaware, and the following counties: New Jersey, Camden, Gloucester, Mercer, northwestern Burlington, Salem, and western Monmouth, and the following counties: in Pennsylvania, Delaware.
Well, let's see. The latest scan was 2 minutes ago.
And Philadelphia. Heat advisory has expired.
Man, come on, Storms. So this is like the direct direction that the gust front would be coming according to radar. As long as my phone's calibrated, that should be where it's going to come from. I guess we'll see.
Severe thunderstorm watch number 673 has been allowed to expire for the following counties: Cecil, Maryland. Repeating, the severe thunderstorm
We'll
watch
see
number
if those
673
trees
has been
over
allowed to
there
expire for the following
start really blowing.
Maryland. The following is a severe thunderstorm watch announcement from the National Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm watch number 673 remains in effect until 9 p.m. for the following counties.
Tell you what, this camera has pretty good zoom on it. Like, that's like 2 football fields away. And you can make out the windows on that house. I mean, that's pretty good. Actually, I think that might be the concession stand. Yeah, but if those trees start whipping, then we'll know the gust front's here. If they don't, then we'll know it's just a blip on radar. And then we will end the stream. I can't even see that airplane in person. I can only see the tail lights on it. Happy I went with this phone, man. I love this phone.
South winds 10 to 15 knots with gusts up to
Was that
20
lightning? I
knots,
missed it.
diminishing to 5 to 10
I wasn't
knots.
looking the right way.
Seas
Saw a
continue
flash though.
east swell around 2 feet at 7 seconds, becoming south at 4 seconds after midnight. Friday, south winds 10 to 15
Kind of using the
knots.
camera as my eyes right now because I admittedly can't. I can see those trees over there, but I can't really like make out if they're moving or not.
Thunderstorms in the afternoon.
So I'm using the camera to
Friday,
see if they
south
are.
winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 knots after midnight. Seas 2 to 3 feet.
You can
Southeast
see the
swell around 2
flags
feet
over
at
there. I'm
6
going to turn the
seconds.
camera a little bit.
Saturday, south winds 5 to 10 knots.
You can see the flag over there.
Southeast swell around 2 feet at 6
All the
seconds.
kids playing.
Saturday
Flags
night,
just kind of
south
whipping
winds
back and
5 to
forth. It's
10
not
knots.
actually like,
Seas
you
2 to
know,
3 feet.
it's not blowing.
Southeast swell around 2 feet at 6
There's no
seconds.
dust being kicked up over there or nothing.
A chance of thunderstorms after midnight. Sunday, south winds 5 to 10 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet. A chance of showers. Monday, southwest wind 5
Come
to
on,
10 knots,
focus.
becoming west after midnight.
Focus.
South winds 3 to 5
Focus.
feet. A chance of showers. Tuesday, north winds 5 to 10 knots, becoming southeast. Seas 4 to 5 feet. A chance of showers
It wants
Tuesday.
to focus. I don't know what it's trying to
Winds and
focus
seas moderate
on.
and near thunderstorms. Here is the area weather summary.
That's good enough.
Surface storms will
Best
become
I'm gonna get.
established across parts of our region today while ahead of a cold front. The cold front is forecast to arrive during Friday before showers then its front finally shifts offshore during early next week. Another cold front looks to arrive later Wednesday. The
All
following
right,
is
the
a
air's
severe
starting to cool
thunderstorm
down.
watch announcement from
I
the
can
National
feel
Weather
that.
Service. The following is a severe thunderstorm watch announcement from the National Weather Service. Severe
Still no
thunderstorm watch
wind.
number 673 has been allowed
Maybe
to
I'm just seeing
expire
the
for the
cold
following
front on
counties:
radar. I mean, that's
Hazard,
a
New Jersey,
possibility.
and the following counties in Pennsylvania: Berks, Bucks, Chester, Montgomery, and Philadelphia. Repeating, the severe thunderstorm watch number 673 has been allowed to expire for the
Yeah, the
following
air is
counties:
cooling
Hazard,
down.
New Jersey,
Feels
and the
nice.
following
It's a
counties in
very, very
Pennsylvania: Berks,
gentle
Bucks,
breeze.
Chester, Montgomery, and Philadelphia. The following is a severe thunderstorm
Like the air
watch
temperature
announcement
probably
from the
just
National
dropped
Weather
like
Service.
3 or 4
Severe thunderstorm
degrees
watch
within
number
30
673
seconds.
has been allowed to expire for the
That
following
feels
counties:
nice.
Diesel,
It's still
Maryland.
probably like 80 something, but it
Severe
feels nice.
thunderstorm watch number 673 has been allowed to expire for the following counties: Diesel, Maryland. The following is a severe thunderstorm watch announcement from the National Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm watch number 673 has been allowed to expire for the following counties: Hazard, New Jersey, and the following counties in Pennsylvania: Berks, Bucks,
Go back to the
Chester,
park view there.
Montgomery, and Philadelphia.
That's gonna be like the best view we have, watching the
Severe
flag go
thunderstorm
back
watch
and
number
forth.
673
Plus,
has
it
been
gives us something to
allowed to
focus
expire
on.
for the following counties: Hazard, New Jersey, and the following counties
There's a little bit of dust getting kicked up over there. I can't tell if that's from wind or if that's from a car driving by, though. You can see it
for the following
right,
counties: Hazard, New Jersey, and the
right
following
there.
counties in Pennsylvania: Berks, Hopper, and Western Montgomery.
The flag looks like it
Impact
might be
portions of
moving a little
southwest
more.
Hazard, eastern Berks, southeastern
Nothing to
Western,
write home
north
about,
central
but
Montgomery, northwestern Bucks, and south central North Jackson County through 9:15 p.m. At 8:42 p.m.
if this
a
was the
severe
gust front, we
tropical
would be
storm
starting to
thunderstorm is
see
over Garyville
the
or
effects of it
strong
within a
northwest
minute.
of Allentown, moving
Looking
northeast
at
at 30
radar,
miles
it's
per
just
hour.
moving so slow. It's so hard to predict.
Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour
Whatever that is
southeast
on
to
radar, it's so
northeast.
hard to predict when it's going to come. It's just
Weather
moving so
indicated.
damn slow.
Impact. Gusty winds could knock down trees and blow
Mm.
around unsecured
And I'm on like
structures.
the last
Minor
dribble
theft
of
of
water
hardware objects is possible.
in my bottle.
Locations impacted include Allentown, Easton, Bethel,
Trying to ration
Town,
it.
Quakertown, Percy, Durham, Bedminster, Powertown, Tinicum, East Greenville, Dublin, Ferndale, Regalsville, Steuben, Green Lane, Pleasant Valley, Revere, Zionsville, and Lehigh University. This includes the following highways: northeast extension between mile markers 35 and 54. Interstate 78 in Pennsylvania between mile markers 57 and 73. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. A severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 9 p.m. for northwestern New Jersey and eastern and southeastern Pennsylvania. At 8 p.m. at the Philadelphia International Airport, it was cloudy. The temperature was 87 degrees.
I think the game's over
87 degrees, and the relative
because it
humidity
looks
was
like
4%.
most people are leaving.
The pressure was 29
Could be wrong.
Still interest and rising. But the new Castle County
Looks like
Airport
they're still in the
was
dugouts,
fair.
but I don't know why.
The temperature was 82 degrees, the dew point 71 degrees, and the relative humidity 69%. The wind was southeast at 7 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.79 inches and steady. Here are some conditions across eastern Pennsylvania at 8 p.m. A thunderstorm was reported with a temperature of 69 at Reading and 71 at Lancaster. At Wilkes-Barre and Trenton, rain was falling with a temperature of 68. At Wilkes-Barre, it was mostly cloudy with a temperature of 73. At Harrisburg, it was cloudy with a temperature of 70.
Air is still cooling off.
At Doylestown, experienced a hot now from 57 at Allentown. And conditions across 7 p.m.
Sorry this wasn't a super exciting stream, y'all. Ooh, massive drop in temperature there. That just went down like 5 degrees. But yeah, sorry this hasn't been a super exciting stream. Again, I can't control the weather. I can just film it.
Dover was 82 degrees under clear skies. Georgetown was 82 degrees under fair skies. A few other locations at 8 p.m. At State College, it was clear with a temperature of 70. It was mostly cloudy with a temperature of 72 at Pittsburgh and 81 at Baltimore. At New York City, it was fair with a temperature of 85. Once again, at 8 p.m. at the Philadelphia International Airport, it was 87 degrees under cloudy skies. At the new Castle County Airport in Wilmington, it was 82 degrees under fair skies. This is NOAA radio broadcasting on a frequency of 162, 475 from Philadelphia. The current time is 9:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For the Philadelphia metropolitan area, heat advisory in effect until 8 p.m. this evening. Severe thunderstorm watch 673 in effect until 9 p.m. this evening. Tonight, mostly cloudy with isolated showers.
Are they starting a new game? I can't tell what they're doing.
May produce damaging winds and large hail this evening. Lows in the mid-70s.
They were all just huddled up, and then they all shouted something, and now they're all walking separate ways.
Chance of rain 20%.
But like, it looks like 2 different teams walking 2 different ways.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms.
I don't know how baseball works, so that's beyond me.
Some thunderstorms may produce gusty winds in the afternoon.
Yeah, at this point, y'all, I'm gonna give it. So the stream's at an hour and 17 right now, or almost an hour and 18. I'm gonna give it till an hour 30, and then if nothing happens, I'm gonna shut off the stream.
Some thunderstorms may produce gusty winds in the evening. Humid with lows in the lower
Just because this isn't good for my analytics, you know, to be streaming with just 1 or 2 viewers for over an hour with really nothing exciting going on. The likes are good. I appreciate the 4 likes. You guys are awesome. Again, I can't control the weather. I can just film it. Even if I can't necessarily go to it most of the time, I can at least do something.
South winds around 5 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, showers likely with a chance of thunderstorms. Highs in the lower 80s. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday night, a chance of thunderstorms in the evening.
Nah, I think they're done for tonight. It looks like they're packing up and leaving.
Lows in the upper 60s. Chance of rain 70%.
At least most of them.
Monday, mostly cloudy in the morning, then becoming partly sunny. A chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the lower 50%. Monday night, partly cloudy. A chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening.
And that, my friends, is what we call small dick syndrome.
50%. Tuesday, partly sunny. Highs in the lower 80s. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a 40%.
If you're curious what I'm talking about, some dude just rolled past like a big-ass lifted truck with a straight pipe exhaust and all that, John. I got nothing against it. I just always make that joke. Compensate for something.
Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers.
They got Napoleon syndrome where it counts.
Chance of rain 50%. Thursday, partly sunny with a 40% chance of showers. Highs in the upper 70s. The following is a severe thunderstorm watch announcement from the National Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm watch 67 has been allowed to expire for the following counties: Depot, Maryland. Repeating, the severe severe thunderstorm watch number 673 has been allowed to expire for the following counties: Eagle, Maryland. The following is a severe thunderstorm watch announcement from the National Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm watch number 673 has been allowed to expire for the following counties: Hunterdon, New Jersey, and the following counties in Pennsylvania: Berks,
We got 10 more minutes, y'all,
Montgomery, and
if nothing
Philadelphia.
happens.
Repeating, the severe thunderstorm watch number 673 has been allowed to expire for the following counties: Hunterdon, New Jersey, and the following counties.
And then if something does happen after the stream, I'll give y'all updates on Discord and things like that.
The following is a special weather statement from the National Weather Service for the following counties.
All right, I'm tired of sitting in the same spot for the last 10 minutes. I'm gonna move us again. Oh, I guess let's probably zoom us out first, huh? Give me a second.
Portions of southwestern Hunterdon, eastern Berks, southeastern Lehigh, north central Montgomery,
Man, we were zoomed in a lot, huh?
central North Access County through 9:15 p.m.
All right, hold up. Let me grab the tripod.
Tornado was tracking a strong
Oh, bear with me, bear with me. There we go.
northeast of 30 miles per hour.
A little slanted for a second here, y'all. Oh, that was some lightning. Gotta love not having any brakes. Alright. 1 second, y'all. I'm actually gonna get off my bike for once because my butt hurts.
And Lehigh University. This includes the following highways: northeast extension between mile markers 35 and 54. Interstate 78 in Pennsylvania between mile markers 57 and 73. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. A severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 9 p.m.
All right.
Western New Jersey and eastern and southeastern Pennsylvania.
Now I can actually like point and shoot. There's an airplane over there. Hoping to get some more lightning. Yeah, some lightning over there. It's kind of hard to see, but hey, you can see a little bit of it. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Just a wee bit. Actually, I'm gonna zoom out because it's not focusing because it's so dark. Once again, if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them in chat. I will answer them to the best of my ability. I am a Skywarn trained storm spotter for anyone who's new around here, and I am also on Spotter Network, William Field on Spotter Network, with my real-time location being shared at almost all times. So if you have any app or service that gives you access to Spotter Network locations, you can find me. Just please don't stalk me. That's all I ask. Or I'll be forced to put my location down. And they turned off the lights. Now it is dark as fuck out here. Look at that. Nothing but darkness. Not a fan of that. Not gonna lie. Because there are animals out here. So what that means is I'm still gonna wait the next 6 minutes or so. Because that thing on radar is like basically here. But I am gonna move somewhere where there's a little more light. Which this time I actually gotta collapse the tripod, y'all, so give me a second. I should have waited to do that till I was on the bike. 1 second. I was hoping they would leave the lights on. Sometimes they forget to turn them off. Woo! That was some bright lightning. I hope that was lightning. Alrighty.
UV index high. Water temperature in the upper
There's my light.
partly sunny. Scattered showers.
Close the tripod.
High temperature in the lower
Swing y'all around.
wind. South winds around 10
And
miles
bring
per hour.
down too.
Tide. Belmar. Low at 38 a.m. High 3.
There we go.
Sunrise 6:29 a.m. Sunset.
Alrighty.
7:19
Let's get a little move on real quick here.
Saturday, with partly low. Good height around 2 feet. Thunderstorm potential Friday. Sunday, mostly cloudy.
Might get a little bumpy here for a minute or two, y'all, so bear with me.
High temperature in the lower 80s.
Trying my best to keep this steady for y'all.
5 to 10 miles per hour. Tide. Belmar. Low at 1.2 High 3:59 p.m.
You know, my hand can kind of be a gimbal
Sunset 7:17 p.m.
more than my bike suspension can.
North timer 9:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Philadelphia metropolitan area.
There's some like, there's a light over here. I just like having some kind of light around me, you know.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with isolated
In fact, you know what? I'm just gonna stop on the trail right here
thunderstorms, late
because we got this business and this home right here.
lows in the mid-70s.
And this should be more than sufficient.
Becoming east after midnight. Chance of rain 20%. Friday, mostly sunny. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Some thunderstorms late in the
There we go. Bring y'all up.
in the lower 90s.
Open up the tripod.
10 miles per hour.
And there we go.
Chance of rain 50%. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers.
So we got 4 more minutes, y'all, unless something happens, which I don't think anything will.
Gusty with
I'm being honest.
humid with lows in the low
Hopefully no one's upset that I wasted their night. Didn't do it on purpose.
miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms.
Believe me, I don't want to sit out here in a bike seat all night for nothing either.
Showers likely in the
Or for nothing, I should say.
with highs in the upper 80s. South winds around 5 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%.
My ADHD much better doing anything else.
Likely with a chance of thunderstorms. Humid with lows in the lower 70s. South winds around 5 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, showers likely.
I don't like wasting my time either.
Highs in the lower 80s. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday night, a chance of thunderstorms in the evening. Showers likely. Lows in the upper 60s. Chance of rain cloudy in the morning.
Dramatic yawn. Come on, brain, what you doing? That was really dramatic.
Thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the lower 80s. Chance of rain 50%. Monday night, partly cloudy. A chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening. Lows in the mid-60s. Chance of rain 50%. Tuesday,
Alright, y'all, we got 2
highs
minutes.
in the lower 80s.
2 whole
Mostly
minutes.
cloudy with a 40%
I'm going to zoom in on radar. I really want to see how far away this thing on radar is.
Wednesday. Mostly cloudy with
It looks like it's like right here.
highs in the upper 70s. Chance of rain 50%. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers. Lows in the mid-60s. Chance of rain 50%. Thursday, partly sunny with a 40% chance of showers. Highs in the upper 70s.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, if it was going to come, it would literally be on top of us.
Newcastle,
And I'm just not seeing it.
following counties in New Jersey: Camden, Gloucester, Worcester, northwestern Wilmington, Salem, and western London, and the following counties in Pennsylvania, Delaware, eastern Chester, eastern Montgomery, lower Bucks, and Philadelphia. Heat advisory have expired. Heat index values are expected to be in the mid to upper 90s tomorrow. Thus,
I mean, there is lightning still.
has been allowed.
I know, I'm pretty sure y'all can see that.
The following is a severe thunderstorm watch announcement from the National Weather Service.
Such a hard decision, because it's like, you know the second you turn it off, something's going to happen.
Been allowed to expire for the following counties: Eagle, Maryland. Repeating, the severe thunderstorm watch number 673 has been
Alright, here's what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm going to take y'all off the tripod as carefully as I can and try to switch y'all back to the bike mount.
Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm watch number 673 has been allowed to expire for the following counties.
That's my hand.
And the following counties.
And then I'll just bike home or towards my house, and, you know, if something more filming happens, then we'll stop and film it. And if not, then we will just end the stream. And I think that's fair. That's, I think, what most streamers do anyway. I know that's what Brandon does. Whenever he's done chasing, he'll keep the stream going.
The National Weather Service in Mount Holly, New Jersey has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Kent County and central Delaware, east central Queen Anne County, and northeastern Maryland.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and collapse the tripod.
At 9:13 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Sandtown, or 12 miles west of Dover, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour.
Take it apart real quick.
Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor.
Ow, I just crushed something that shouldn't be crushed on my bike seat. Man, there's such an uptick in lightning. All of a sudden. I hate it, dude. As soon as I take down my stuff, it's like, oh, you're done streaming? Well, here, I got something to show you. Like that. I think what I've been waiting for this whole time is actually finally here. That's really annoying. Because I'm not unpacking the tripod, y'all. I'm sorry. I just closed it up.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 10 p.m. for the following counties: Kent, Delaware, for the following counties, including Maryland, Caroline, and Queen Anne.
Alright, I'm going to turn on all my lights. And then I'm going to get moving.
Here is the regional weather forecast for the Philadelphia metropolitan area.
And they're issuing severe thunderstorm warnings for Maryland and Delaware now. Alrighty. Let's see what happens, y'all. I'm going to start riding. Hopefully the camera isn't too shaky. Fair warning, it's going to be shaky. It's also going to want to focus on the completely wrong thing.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Some thunderstorms may produce gusty winds in the afternoon.
But that's fine. Hopefully it auto focuses off of that shit. There you go. I kind of like manually focused it a little bit there. It's going to be bumpy for a few seconds, but we'll be off of the dirt in a second. I'm going to try to go slow for y'all so I don't make anyone puke. A lot of tree roots. Bear with me. We got like 5 more seconds of dirt, and then we got like 50 yards of gravel. And then we're on pavement. I'm taking a long way home too, just so that way if anything does happen, we have time to stop and film. I could literally just cross this intersection and I'd be good to go, but I would have to wait for the light to go green anyway. If I take the long way, I can just make a right on red. Which is what I'm going to do. Gotta adjust my mirror, that got all messed up. I'm sitting on the side of the road. See, now I'm starting to hear thunder. That's annoying. But what am I going to do at this point? You know? Like I said, I'm not resetting up the tripod. Unless there's like a tornado touching down. Which there isn't, so. But there is a lot of lightning off to the off to my right here. That's a cat. Get out of the road, kitty! Shit. Don't get hit. Stop running down. Just don't run back across. You dumb cat. God, I'm gonna take you home if you don't stop. I mean that too. I would take that cat home. I mean, not like really, because my cat probably would kill that cat, but you know. Alright, I think I'm good to cross. That's the weirdest looking vehicle on the face of the earth. It's like they had their fog lights on and their like low beams, they're not their actual headlights. I don't even think they knew. At least they had something on. Oh, and here comes the wind. Now here comes the wind. Okay, I'll pull over into this little parking lot real quick. Yeah, we're just gonna pull onto this sidewalk here real quickly. See if I can get y'all a shot of this. I'm finally starting to feel the wind. And there is lightning over that way. Turn off my high beams here.
Waves around 2 feet. A chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms.
That's not lightning, by the way. That's my flasher.
Waves around 2 feet or less. Then around 2 feet in the afternoon. A chance of showers. A chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Saturday night. South winds 5 to 10 knots. Waves around 2 feet until midnight. Then 1 foot or less. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Sunday. South winds 5 to 10 knots.
Of course, now that I reset up the film, it's like, oh, you want me to stop? Okay. I hate it. I hate it, y'all. Let me get turned back around here. I was all ready to. I was almost getting ready to set back up the tripod, even though I said I wouldn't. You know what? I'm going to actually turn back around, because if I keep going this way, I'm going to lose the potential shot. So I can go back this way and go back down that road I came on, which is what I'm going to do. Ignore the horrible focus. The camera's trying. Not really sure what to focus on, but it's trying. Of course, I'm stuck in one gear too, because this bike is a piece of crap. Yeah, now it's windy. It's nice. It's a nice cool breeze, but it's not worth filming. I mean, you might be able to hear it on the camera. I'm driving into the wind, or like diagonal to the wind. I could turn here. I think I'm gonna wait and turn to the next intersection. Drive past my store, see if anyone's at Mickey D's. I think Hayden's there. Jasmine probably. It might be Danny. That was like Danny in there. Danny's the cool manager. I love Danny. Danny is awesome. Danny needs a raise. Hashtag give Danny a raise. Yeah, I'll turn here. Alright, y'all. I'm going to end off the stream. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button for me. Subscribe as well if you're new. And turn notifications on so you never miss a live stream. Of course, like I said, I'll be giving you all updates on Lee the best I can. But beyond that, everyone have a great night. This is Husky Storms Media signing off for now. I'll keep you updated if anything happens. If not, you'll be hearing from me with Lee. Anyway, peace out, y'all. If I can actually reach the X button. Adios.